coming. Cyber attack. Destroys the enemy data center. This is your enemy device active. Move to disarm. Device disarmed. Bring enemy EMP on route. Active EMP on our data center. They're making us fight for it. Give it to them. Switching sides. Cyber attack. Retrieve the device. Enemy EMP en route. They must not reach the data center. Specialist achieved.
I'm ready to.
Allied cluster strike inbound.
Yourself, free, unlimited advice from all experts, or have an expert do it all for you.
Reloading. We're on top.
Cole, he's my miracle child. So how did your miracle child get cancer?
say the woman was in the middle of the drawbridge when the panels raised into the air. She couldn't hang on.
Friendly Wilson on station, beginning sweep.
I'm Gianna Caserta. We're returning during this live tonight to the Royal Park Bridge. What we know about the horrifying moments leading up to that death.
That woman was walking her bicycle in the pedestrian lane of the drawbridge. She tried to hold on to anything she could.
All right.
There was a man that tried to help this woman as she was holding on to the elevated bridge, but unfortunately he wasn't able to rescue her. Unfortunately and tragically, she fell, landing about 50 to 60 feet below where the mechanical parts to the bridge are, and she died on impact.
Investigators say this horrific series of events started around 1 in the afternoon when the woman was walking her bicycle along the bridge from the top of Palm Beach to West Palm Beach, next to the eastbound lanes.
She had almost reached the end. Bridge went up at that point, and she tried to hold on.
She has not been identified, and West Palm Beach police detectives are currently reaching out to her. West Palm Beach police are leading the investigation, and some of their top questions right now include how this could have happened. Investigators say the Department of Transportation tracks a company called Olympic Drawbridge Incorporated to be the bridge.
Hostiles are taking out
Arms, there are warning signs, and there are safety procedures. Multiple layers of checking to make sure
Charlie
cars or on the bridge when it goes up. So that's all part of the investigation, is to determine whether this is or whether this woman crossed.
Allied cruise missile away.
Setting a mine.
We reached out to the Department of Transportation and the Drawbridge Incorporated. We have not received responses at this time. Much like West Palm Beach, Steve came to the F-25 News.
We're in control.
Setting a mine. Setting a mine.
What? You hide him from them, Mr. B? He's hiding from you. Probably. Torturing him.
5-year-old Willie Suarez Castillo, 7 Lakeland and a serial killer. We will also be releasing video of one of the murders. Now, what was headlines today is that he was suspected of those murders, but today will be officially charged. That his online profile showed a professional real estate agent and record show he had no criminal history here in Florida. Currently charged with an attempted murder that goes back December 21st. 2 hours later, authorities are going to tell us at 2:30 this afternoon that he's actually another man. Now, this is what is very disturbing about the case. All of the victims in this case were always on the ground. The first homicide, unfortunately, was a Saturday on December
was renovating it. The day he was killed, he was put on to be delivered. He was told that when they are
Changing mags.
the shooting was alarming.
He was outside on the block this morning.
Enemy UAV overhead.
What documents revealed was identified the high school student Sahayo Carbo as the killer. Police wrote Carbo walked up to Blue's car and shut at the back window. When Blue got out of the car, police say the suspect continued to shoot at him.
We captured Delta.
Court documents go on to say Carbo was seen on home surveillance video in a school uniform walking up towards Walker Avenue. 4 minutes later, he was seen running back to the vehicle. Carbo was eventually arrested at his home, where police say they recovered two handguns, one of them matching the weapon that killed James Hyman.
This is the thing we need for the kids, especially for the community,
And according to investigators in Baltimore County, the same suspect was wanted for robbery on Justice. Investigators allegedly robbed a Wendy's until parking lot, and of course, that same suspect remains locked up tonight with people. Charges including first-degree murder. Live outside police headquarters, the death
now at 4:30, a one and only dealership in Miami Shores.
God dang it.
31-year-old Sofia Pinedo was arrested on Thursday, charged with forging someone's signature on a document for a car purchase worth $50,000. Finance manager wasn't good enough to buy it on his own. But the man's ex says she never agreed to co-sign, never applied to they say that victim provided advice documents signature on them, and that false signature don't actually want to and on expressways, all how ridiculous send the documents to his ex-girl to sign, but instead, she forced the signature herself, submitted them. Saying, quote, advise the victim to present, sign the documents in front of her.
Chevrolet, Company,
Police 13 has obtained the arrest warrant for the shooting. Investigators believe it was a
Play more set.
Basically, some
target while making her getaway from him. On Tuesday, police say Garcia ran her car after she was caught stealing, drove her blue Saturn in front of the store, and fired up to 6 rounds at the storefront. The crime is spurring renewed calls for the legislature to get tough on crime, tacking on 5 years when a gun is used in any crime.
The second one we brought up were shoplifters who are leaving a location and who, when somebody goes to apprehend them, then they brandish or they use a firearm to get away.
Garcia is facing 8 charges, including shooting at a dwelling or occupied building. She's been convicted on car theft charges twice in the past 4 years. She got probation the first time, 1.5 years in jail the next time.
First and all new on the edge, a 20-year-old with autism remains in critical condition tonight after a shooting in Haralson County. Good evening, and thanks so much for joining us on Tom Haines.
I'm Courtney Bryant in for Christine Spiro. Deputies found the young man shot in the head and his brother dead inside their great-grandfather's home yesterday. News Edge reporter Brian Hill spoke with their aunt about what happened just before their great-grandfather took his own life.
Miranda Smith tells me she believes her grandfather killed himself in a moment of despair after one of his great-grandsons died in his sleep. She tells me her other nephew is currently at Graham Memorial Hospital.
This was so much tragedy that I personally feel we could have avoided.
In just one afternoon, Miranda Smith's family was hit with 3 heart-wrenching tragedies.
I think everybody is
What was that noise going?
The death of her nephew, Dylan Dobbs, her grandfather, Nathan Larry Mayfield's suicide, as well as the near-fatal shooting of her other nephew, Joseph Dobbs. Smith says Mayfield raised both of his great sons.
I feel like mental health has played a major part in this whole event.
It was around lunchtime Thursday when the Haralson County Sheriff's Office says someone called them to Mayfield's house on Moser Road for a possible shooting. When an officer with Tallapoosa police arrived, investigators say the 74-year-old came outside with a gun and shot himself in the head.
Likely the sight of my nephew Dylan lying there deceased was too much for him.
Smith tells us her grandfather found Dylan's body after he died in his sleep. She says the 21-year-old had a heart condition and likely had COVID-19 after 2 other relatives contracted the virus. Once on scene, deputies found his younger brother Joseph clinging to life after he was shot in the head.
It could be something where he simply fell and hurt himself, or it could be something where there was, something going on between him and my grandfather. Hopefully, we can, pray that this was a complete freak accident and it wasn't my grandfather. In my heart, I don't believe that it was him.
According to Smith, the GBI is still trying to determine whether Mayfield shot Joseph before killing himself.
There's still a lot of questions as to what even happened, and unfortunately, the only person who can really tell us is nonverbal.
Welcome to Going Public. On this season of Going Public, we've uncovered 4 American companies.
You guys have something you...
We continue our missing series tonight with the disappearance of Thomas Howe. He goes by Tommy. A 24-year-old man seemingly vanishing in broad daylight after he was involved in a car crash just north of Chicago. That was 2 weeks ago. Since then, the evidence is thin. The questions are mounting, and Tommy's friends and family are desperate to try and bring Tommy home. Kelly Beeson has traveled to the hometown of Tommy, Antioch, Illinois.
Out of all the caves I've ever gone in, this one just made my body vibrate. The closer I got to it, the crazier my body felt, and I was like, all right, I'm not going to go in there right now, but I'm coming back someday.
The desolate and dry desert north of Las Vegas. The setting of a baffling mystery that has captivated the imagination of people across the internet.
I came down this valley.
With several million following the story online.
This is a canyon I just walked up in.
It all began in 2014, when a YouTube user calling himself Snakebit McGee posted a video about having an otherworldly experience as he approached a mysterious hidden cave, shaped like a capital M, somewhere in the Sheep Mountains, close to the U.S. government's Nevada Test and Training Range, the largest adjoining military air and ground space in the free world. This government land is home to both Nellis Air Force Base and Area 51, the infamous highly secretive government testing site, which urban legend says houses the wreckage of alien spacecraft and possibly aliens themselves. Snakebit McGee's strange experience and the mystery that followed is leading people to draw their own conclusions. Did he stumble onto government secrets near Area 51?
I can't comment on Area 51.
Did he fall victim to desert outlaws?
There are certain places out there where a body could be hidden.
Or to the desert itself?
It's brutal. This desert has been claiming lives for thousands of years.
There's mountain lions out here.
We are seeking to find the answer to what happened to YouTube user Snakebit McGee, aka Kenny Veach.
Hi, my name is Kenny.
Kenny, he was fun. He was just
Daddy?
fun. Always
I only have a little bit of water right here.
He loved having fun.
You want some more water?
Yeah.
Here.
So it doesn't run out.
He just had this
Alright,
ability
don't
to
spill it.
connect with people. Now watch this. He could talk to them and he was just inspired. This energy, this life that was inside of him.
This is my tarantula, and I'll get. She's a beauty.
Clever. He was very clever.
It's very heavy, because it used to be a steel bar, just a steel bar, and I bent it into a circle and cut it.
Definitely multifaceted. He liked a lot of different things.
I created this little thing myself. And the sand I found in 2 different deserts.
Kenny is a man of many passions, but most of them revolve around one thing:
The desert.
He saw how beautiful the desert was, and the wonder and the life that's there.
It's definitely a desert tortoise. I think he's acting like a rock, so I don't mess with him.
A lot of people that haven't been raised in the desert, they just see, a barren wasteland, but it is anything but that. There's so much life out there, so many different types of plants and creatures.
There'd be like a board, in the middle of the desert. You'd flip it up and be like, oh, see, there's a rattlesnake underneath there.
Kenny would head out alone far beyond cell coverage, exploring the wonders of the desert.
I find dried things that most people consider weeds, and I'll put that in a jar.
These are seed pods that I find on my hikes, and I put them around.
He would seek out old deserted towns and mines and hunt for treasures that most of us call junk. He would use them as decor.
There's so much stuff from old ghost towns that are just disappearing out here in Las Vegas. This car had been washed out of this old wash of a mountain that I was climbing, and I found that in the trunk.
The desert had always been a big part of his life.
This is something I found on one of my hikes.
Kenny spent so much time in the Mojave Desert that he seemed to be untethered from the grim realities of this unforgiving landscape.
There was like one thing to describe was making him. The one thing I do know about Kenny is he was a really hiker as far as distance. He used to pride himself on how far can I hike, how far can I go without drinking a lot of water.
It's dangerous, and I try to pretend like I don't have any supplies. I bring water, and I bring something to eat, but I haven't eaten anything since I started this hike, and I've only had 2 small gulps of water.
He was a very
You start studying the cliffs and stuff, and I just start climbing out.
I call it wild hiking. I don't go camping. It's not a campground. It wasn't a hiking trail. We just trailblazed through the desert. And sometimes we would spend 9 hours together. but usually his hikes by himself were.
I slept up in these
nights. 2, possibly 4 nights.
30 seconds. Water with him. I'll put that on and hike up 15 to 20 miles just to get to the mountain. And then I'll climb all the way to the top of the mountain, no matter how I gotta get there. I climb. And when I get to the top, I spend the night. I don't know how many times I feel like spending the night. All my water supply mass. And I come back down the mountain and give it a
And it was during one of these far off the beaten path nature hikes where Kenny said he stumbled upon the mysterious cave. He claimed was emitting some kind of seemingly supernatural force. Eric Caccianero
people naturally kind of called him out on it. Said it was approved. So Kenny's mission is to show proof of this case.
I told him, hey, I'm coming out here, because they kind of called my hand on it.
So he went out to the place where he had gone before, which is located about an hour north of Las Vegas in the Sheep Range.
Kenny, aka Snakebit McGee, with a pistol and his video camera, set out to document his search for the M-shaped cave that had terrified him on his first encounter, and his persistence in finding the cave would lead only to more questions.
No, something's just not right here.
And wild theories.
They have all kinds of electronic
Thank you.
Got a reload.
He was on a hike through the desolate Mojave Desert when he encountered a cave on the side of the mountain that he said sent terrifying vibrations through his body. After posting about the odd experience, Kenny was encouraged by web users to return to the cave and seek answers.
My mission today is to just do a one-day hike, about 10-hour hike. I gotta still go over another ridge and then go all the way down a big crevice. It's real narrow. It gets kind of scary. And I'm looking for a cave that I found. I didn't have a sign on it when I was here before.
This church now
Daddy,
Hello?
I'm gonna put something on it. A heart snake head. I gave you.
I am. Thank you. Thank you.
And by all accounts, Kenny seemed to be enjoying some interesting stuff coming up here. Look at that. But the one thing he did not accomplish,
There's lots of little caves, but they're not the kind of cave I'm looking for.
was find anything resembling an M cave.
Well, I did not find the cave. That is so weird.
When Kenny returned home and posted the video, it was not long before the comments began streaming in.
People yet again start calling him out, pretty much saying like, hey, well, you're about to find this cave, you said it exists, and then he posted this video and there is no cave still. So YouTube users kind of egged him on a little bit, but one comment stands out as obvious.
Multiple enemies here.
Don't go back out into the cave. If you end up finding that cave, you won't get out. And so that comment has since been deleted off of YouTube.
It wasn't just Kenny's claims of the cave's operations that triggered all the comments. It was its location. Being that its proximity was so close to Nellis Air Force Base, one, a cave of this nature. Mysterious.
I do want to.
Oh, God.
Oh.
Changing max.
What you want to tell me?
I got the heart sticker too with me.
Oh, you do?
I put it in the box.
Put it in a box.
I put that and that little square. The heart. To put on every time.
A cave of this nature just seems kind of mysterious.
Mojave Mystery vanished in the desert. A 2-hour special event. Real life nightmare. Sunday at 9 on HLN.
$100 million in crypto rewards since Coinbase earned 2018. Start earning. Just watch short videos. Answer
That's crazy, bro.
what you've seen.
Nuts. Barely give you any ammo.
Animals that have fallen down mine shafts and died. Viewer discretion advised.
10 seconds.
Vertical mine shafts, large and small, exist all throughout the western United States, typically protected by only a few strands of barbed wire. Kids lie in wait for their next victim. Today, on Abandoned and Forgotten Places, I take you down a 100-year-old mine shaft. Can become death traps for all mining fans. The temptation to trade mineral objects down these deep shafts, but beware. Once
Check.
will fall and suffer unimaginable fate.
Oh shit.
Welcome back. Now, before we get started today, I just wanted to say thank you. We're going to be at over 20,000 subscribers. Thank you so much for your support. Okay, we're going to start off today by doing some smaller lines. We just finished up with the 5-part series on the Silver State Complex. Before I take you guys to the next big location, there's smaller mines in the area that I wanted to explore. Here is a horizontal haulage pad, and I do believe that it's going to intersect some of the vertical shaft workings higher up on the hill. Okay, let's go check it out. All right. So, on a lot of these mines, especially these horizontal haulage heads, you get a lot of erosion over the years that tends to fill in the portal. A tile like this, it could take 30 years to eventually fill in the portal. So what we got to do here is just throw our backpack up in there first. Then I'm gonna have to.
Shit.
Oh, looks like a bunch of people are getting in here.
And there's why would anybody need an AK?
She goes way down in there. Alright, I'm gonna take a moment. I'm gonna help out my exploring buddy here for a second. I'll be right back. Alright, let's continue on exploring this old mine. Not much of an echo in here. These porphyry deposits are always really soft and crumbly. And that's what it is in this section of Nevada. Is
Enemy attack with inbound.
Oh, shit.
Oh, here we go. Now we're standing upright. I'm liking this. Looks like drift at one time. Was going to go that direction. Keep traveling on down there.
God dang it.
Reloading.
Oh, big pit. We've got a...
No, 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 no.